Hello and welcome to Crystal Crafts with Dee. I have a couple of Neato books that I found the other day when I was strolling through Kmart. And they're called spiral scopes, and they had two different ones. They had animals and they had landmarks. And I thought, oh my gosh, that looks so cool. I'll have to check this out. So in both of these books there's 20 designs. So we'll start off with the animals one. I'll keep him over there. So these spiral scopes, the idea is that you color these little marks that go around and around and around, and you can start in the center or you can start at the end. I thought, wow, that's really intriguing. I've got to check this out. So I'll give you a close-up in a second, but in the front of these books it has, I can open it. So what is a spiral scope? So it just tells you what it is. It's a spiral outline. You take a marker, you fill it in, and it's just amazing that this picture emerges. It's really, really cool. So they suggest that you take the page out of the book, and that way you can turn it around as you're doing it, but I didn't want to do that. I kept it in the book and I had no issues with that. So it says what pens and stuff to use. So the darker colors work better. I used black, and I used a fine liner and a marker. So what I did was I outlined it first and colored it in because I had a bit of a disaster early on. But anyway, so that tells you what they suggest. It tells you how to display it if you want to take it out of your book and display it. But anyway, these puzzles. So you've got, the paper is really thick and it is one-sided. So there's the first one that I did. And I did another one as well, but I'll show you what they actually look like. So I haven't done puzzle 3, so I'll zoom you in so you can have a look. It's really, really cool. It does mess with your eyes, my apologies. So I'll take you over to the corner. Hope you don't get seasick. Okay, so you can see this bit here. So you can start there and you fill in that tube as you go along, and you go round and round and round and round. So you can start there, or you can start in the middle. There. Either way, it doesn't matter. I can show you, that one's, it's got like, it goes thinner and thicker and then thinner, and it makes a picture. It's absolutely amazing. So I'll flip her over to my first one. Picture coming through. So this one was a butterfly, and I started this one in the middle, but I actually filled out the wrong bit, so, which is fine. But when you go round and round and round, it still ends up being the same picture. But if you have a look on the edges here, you can see like these bits here. So trust me to fill in the wrong bits first, but it was no disaster. The effect was actually kind of cool. So it ended up being a butterfly, and it sort of, you can see how it goes thicker and thinner and thicker and thinner. It's cool. It messes with your head, but it's cool. So I'll zoom you back out again. Out we go. So I was kind of stressing because when I was doing this one, I was using the thicker pen to outline it, and it was just like, it was going out of the lines. It was all over the place, and I was like being brought back to when I was a kid, and oh my gosh, you're coloring out of the lines. Oh. So then I got the fine liner and I outlined it first, then I colored it in, and it worked out heaps better. So that's where these bits come through. But the interesting thing about this one is because I colored in the wrong bits around the middle, the picture actually worked, but it was like the dark is supposed to be light and the light's supposed to be dark. So really cool. So I will have a picture. I'll bring it over here and I will pop the picture right there of how it's supposed to look like. So either way, it worked. How cool is that? So I'll take you on to the next one. So the next one ended up being a camel. Now it's really cool because as you go along, it's like, oh, what is it? What is it? Oh, that looks like a nose. I thought it was an ear. That's cool. You're just sort of guessing all the time as to what it could be. I love this. I love the idea. I think it's so clever. And yeah, it's really addictive. So I'll zoom you in on this one and you can see the differences in the thick and thin bits. So this one I started from the outside. Where's the outside? There's the outside. So I started there. And I used my fine liner. And I went all the way around. And that worked out heaps better. And I stuck with black. So you can see like on his nose, the thicker bits make the design and do the shading and stuff. That is so awesome. There you go. So that one turned out much better. Crisis averted. Yeah, it worked out heaps better with the fine liner. So when you sort of start getting into the middle, it kind of stuffs with your eyes a bit, but that's, you know, all part of the fun, isn't it? So I'll zoom you back out again. And we will focus. So there's my camel. And are we focusing? Right, so there's my camel. I did 2 of these. Now in the book at the back, it shows you the answers. So if you want to know what the heck it is, it's at the back. Ooh. So, spoiler alert, the first 2 are a butterfly and a camel. So that was that one. And I'll show you the other one. The other one was landmarks. Where's my landmarks? There's my landmarks. So this one has 20 designs as well. It's set up exactly like the other one. Exactly the same beginning. Cool. And again, I started from the outside and worked in. But you can do it the other way too. It has you, so it doesn't matter where you start. So spoiler alert, if you got this book, I've done the first 2 and you're about to see them. So that's the first one in this one. That's a Parthenon, I think. So I'll zoom you in nice and slow. Yeah, so you can see your variations in the, in the thicker and the thinner bits. So it's funny because I'll be going along and I think, oh, I'll just do a few more. I'll do a few more. I'll do a few more. Oh, I can see what that is. It's actually really fun. And yes, it's stressful because you're trying to keep your lines straight and everything, but it's not that imperative, really. So that's what it looks like. That's cool. And the end bit where I started was right there. So you can pick out the end bit really easy. That's why I started there, because I'm just thought I'd make it a bit easier for myself. So I'm leaving these in the book. I think they look good in there. So I'll zoom you back out again. Out we go. That one's a Parthenon. And the next one, flipping her over, Arc de Triomphe. I love this. I think this is really, really cool. Look at the detail. I mean, that's quite amazing. I'll zoom you just a teeny bit in. You can see the clouds. Like, isn't that cool? I don't know how they do that, but that is awesome. And again, this one has the answers in the back of the book. I've got the markers that I use. So all I did was use just a normal, where are we? Artline 200. And I outlined, like I did a circle first and outlined that. And then I went back around with a marker. The first marker I used but ran out of color was a Crayola ordinary marker. So I started using a Faber-Castell. That's all I use. and the paper didn't bleed or anything like that, and it didn't soak through. So yeah, so that came out really, really good. So in the back, like I said, it's got the answers. That's how it comes. It's got the answers, but I would have loved for them to actually tell you, especially with the landmarks, tell you what it is and where it is, because like with the Parthenon, I'm like, oh, is that the Parthenon? I think it is. So it would have been handy sort of saying where. Spoiler alert, answers. It just tells you solution 1, 2, 3, etc. So it would have been really nice to kind of say exactly where the landmarks, what they are and where they are. But anyway, I figured these two out. So how cool is that? There you go. Awesome. So there's 20 in each one. It's enough to keep you occupied for quite some time. It is addictive. I don't know, I might try like a red maybe or something, but they say to stay with darker colors because the effect isn't as good if you use lighter colors. So I might play around with a dark blue and a red maybe somewhere down the track. So there you go. There are my spiral scopes, my animals, and my landmarks. I think these are fabulous. They're so clever and they're really addictive. Yeah, they are awesome. And you can get them at BigW, Kmart, Booktopia, just about anywhere. They're not expensive, I think. The one of them was $3 on special, and the other one was $6 or $7, something like that. At where was it? Kmart. So there you go. Spiral scopes. Check them out. Have a bit of fun with it. It is good fun. Yeah, it plays around with your eyes a bit, but hey, whatever. So there you go. Good fun. Check it out. Thank you so much for watching my video, and I'll be scouting around for some more interesting bits and pieces to keep me occupied and show on my channel. So thank you so much for watching my channel, and I will catch you next time. Bye!